Hi, my name's Connie Gross, and I'm an infant and early childhood mental health consultant for the Children's Resource Center in Bowling Green, Ohio. Tonight, we're just going to do a quick strategy video about using jobs. Jobs are a really great way to build a sense of community, either in your home or a classroom, because it gives the sense that we all have a place and that everyone's important. We have to do our part to take care of our home, classroom, and each other. What you see on the screen there is just an example chore chart. I got this one from rockstarmommy.com, but there's tons of them available online, and you can kind of just read through and see what might be a good idea for your home. This one breaks it down by age, but it by no means is a list of what your children should be doing at that age. It's just an example of what are some things that could be done by that age. And then you'll have to decide what's a good fit to be done in your home. We want to keep in mind that a young child is not going to do the chores or jobs probably like an adult would do them, right? Their fine and gross motor skills are not nearly as refined as ours. And so we have to keep that in mind when we're assigning jobs and when we're looking at them when they're completed too, is that this is an opportunity for our children to practice taking care of things and building some skills. And so, with all learning, it's going to take some time and repetition before they get really good at it, right? So, we want to be careful not to discourage them as they're learning and trying to get better at some of these skills. And if there's something that you're really particular about. Like, for example, I used to care a lot about how my towels were folded. And so I wouldn't let my younger kids really help with that because I wanted the towels to be a certain way. Um, as I've gotten older and there's been more kiddos in my home, I care much less about that now than I used to. But just keeping in mind knowing yourself and keeping in mind that if that's something you really want done a particular way, loading the dishwasher or um, feeding the pets or the way the bed is made, then maybe that's not a great job to start out with for the kiddo because we really want them to be able to feel like they can make you happy and do it well and that they can be proud of themselves for that. So keeping that in mind. So some of the benefits that come from using family jobs and even classroom jobs is that it helps our kiddos feel good about themselves, right? Because when they're doing jobs, that gives us another opportunity to praise and encourage their efforts. And so we're able to encourage them to keep going. We're able to notice the things we're doing, and we're able to praise not just completion, but just their efforts in doing things. It also um, affects the language that we use. So, like if we say things like, you made your bed, that was really helpful, or that was very kind to help take care of the pets in that way, or you are working really hard. It helps with the way the child thinks about themselves, right? Because they start to hear us labeling their behaviors that way. A really nice perk that comes along with this too is not just for the kid who you're praising, but also for the other children around. So it could be classmates or even siblings. They start to hear you labeling the things that child is doing as helpful, kind, hardworking, and it helps them frame the way they see that child too. Where sometimes kiddos might be behaviors might be commented a lot negatively. So this gives us the opportunity to comment on some behaviors in a positive light. The other great thing about this is that it increases their initiative, right? Their ability to do things independently. And that's a really great school skill. So it helps with their self esteem, it helps with initiative, and keeping kids busy can also help with some challenging behaviors at times. I often say bored kids get into things, right? So we might think about this as a way of trying to maybe redirect or give them some things that they're responsible for, but then pairing that with praise and encouragement as they do those things to help our family or classroom function. So that's just a strategy about using jobs. Feel free to check out our other strategy videos on our YouTube channel, the Children's Resource Center.